Hey, what's up guys, it's Colby Cheese, and today I've got a Leona impressions for you. Also a little bit of a guide. I've been playing her quite a bit in the past day, and she's not too very difficult to pick up and understand her role, so I'm able to give you guys pretty good insight into what you need to do to play her effectively. So I'm just going to go right on into it. Leona is actually a really strong initiate slash tank. She's got amazing CC and slow abilities. She's got, her E will lock people down, and then you've got a short duration stun from your auto attack, as well as your ultimate, which will stun some people and slow others for quite a big amount. Now, this all works really well together because it allows her to be up in your face and slowing you down and punching you, and she's not going to be doing a lot of damage, but she can soak so much because her W ability will not only do an AoE damage to everybody, but it allows you to soak up 70 magic resist and 70 armor worth of damage. That's such a huge amount, and so anyone who's playing against Leona, they're just going to be thinking, damn it, woman, get off my nuts. So you want to play her as sort of one of the support duo lane type of role. She doesn't have a heal or any type of shield or anything like that. So you have to play her more defensive on some lane compositions. You have to make sure she plays more like the old. Think of her if you've ever played Shin in a lane, and you would always just use him to zone someone out and do big damage. That's kind of the role she's going to play in the lane. You want to try and allow your carry to farm and do it safely. So if what your role is to punish them for either farming or trying to harass your carry by jumping in, CCing them, and doing a little bit of damage combo. And if they try and focus you, your W will allow you to reduce the damage by a very large amount, and you should be able to get out of there just fine and outpoke them by doing that. She's got a great combo that she can start at level 3. If you're standing in the bush and they're anywhere close enough, you just shoot out your E, and that'll actually lock them down in place for a little bit. You've popped your W right before you hit your E, so that should be going off very soon. You hit your auto attack and you push Q immediately, and it'll auto attack again, which stuns them. Boom, your W goes off, and then just walk away, unless your carry decides to continue pushing and there's an advantage. But the main thing you want to do is just do that one little combo, hit them once or twice, and then walk away. That way it allows you to harass them down, and you really don't take a lot of damage in return to it because of the fact that they're locked down, they're stunned, you hit them and you walk away. If they try and hit you once or twice, you have so much damage reduction that it doesn't really matter. So that's kind of the way you want to play in the lane. There's a couple different ways you can do it with your summoners. I like to get exhaust on her. However, you do need to have clairvoyance on a team. So you should definitely pick up clairvoyance unless you think that's too try hard for you and then you want to go for exhaust, then whatever, be my guest. Pick up an exhaust. Either way, that's the role you want to play on her. Now, whenever you're in the lane with some kind of carry, you want to let them have all of the creep kills if possible, and just stand in the bush and zone out. You can get some kills on creeps every once in a while, but only if it's not taking them away from your carry. Also, try not to push the lane if possible. You can definitely do a lot of extra damage to the creeps if you run in with your W and do your AoE, because then it procs the passive, and every time your lane partner hits a creep, it's going to boom, pop that passive and do a lot of extra damage. But overall, you just want to try your best to keep the lane more in the middle or closer to your tower. That way you can actually effectively zone the enemy team out. Now, you don't want to get too aggressive until level 2 or 3. That's when your combo is going to come up. So tell your lane partner to just kind of play it safe and farm until you get that combination together, and then you guys can be a little bit more aggressive and zone out some more. I like to go back on her when I am able to get a Philosopher's Stone. If you can actually get a Philosopher's Stone and your brown boots, that's even better. But you want to get a Philosopher's Stone, maybe a ward as well on your first B. But your overall build should be Philosopher's Stone, Heart of Gold, and Mercury Treads. And then after that, you'll go for a Sunfire Cape and probably a Shurelia's Reverie at that point. When I do a Clairvoyance, I'll go ahead and go for the 9021 Mastery so I can get the improved mood speed and the Clairvoyance Mastery and whatnot. If you're going for Exhaust, then you'll just mix out the Exhaust Mastery in that tree as well. So overall, you're going to be sticking with that general setup. I prefer to do the same thing I do with Maokai, which is do your Magic Pen on your marks and then do Move Speed Quints. You'll do some flat and then some magic resist per level at 18 for your blues. Just put 3 that are flat and the rest are per 18, and then just do flat armor for your yellow runes. I feel like this gives me a really good mix of survivability, and then the move speed is very important on her, even in case you miss your E, also so you can roam around and gank a little bit and just run up and hit that Q as much as possible, since you are a melee champion and you always do want to be up in their face, and so that's very important on her. I was actually very surprised to find that Leona's ultimate is pretty damn short duration. It doesn't take long for it to activate, so it's really easy to get that off. The thing you want to do is you want to initiate onto a fight, but you want to use your ultimate to hit maybe 2 or 3 people at least in the ultimate. So don't always use it just on one person just because you initiated on them. Try and wait for everyone to group up and then boom, blast out that ultimate, slow everybody down, stun a couple of people, and that's going to give you the greatest effect on that ability. So your idea on her is to, as much as possible, you want to be up in people's faces, boom, 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 initiating like a boss, act like you're a moo-moo. You want to jump in and try and do as much up in your face. If you can get them to all focus and pop down some cooldowns on you, that's going to be the win for your team. If you can get them to use those big burst abilities on you, then your carries and your squishies can come in from behind and clean up, and most likely you'll still be alive because you've popped down your ultimate and you stun them, and you can walk away and they'll shift focus off of you, and you can run back in and start doing some more CC and more focus, and eventually that's just going to wear them down. And that's the way you want to play Leona, like up in your face. And I've said it like 3 times now, but I think you should get the idea. So my final thoughts, Leona, is she good? Is she worth buying? I think that she is definitely a lot of fun to play. If you're interested in a good dual lane champion that can be a great tank and a great initiator, but can't do a whole lot of damage, then she might be good for you. And I think that she's most definitely not OP, but she is very balanced. She's not underpowered. She brings a lot to the team. So a solid pick overall, and I'd love to see some more games with her and the future. And so hopefully you enjoyed this guide. If you guys did and you want to see some more like this, be sure to let me know by pushing that like button down there. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because of course I do lots of these all the time, every week. And overall, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you around for the next one. Peace out.
For my next trip, I'll make their lifeguard disappear.